Hello Tarot friends, it's Ultraviolet Morgan, and I'm going to do an unboxing of the Pride Tarot, a collaborative deck. This is, I believe, my first collaborative tarot deck. Comes in a little tuck box. I just got it second hand for a nice low price of $5. So, it is the US Games deck, and this is the back. Oops. These cards, it's secondhand, so the cards are not in order, and that's fine. This is the thickness. Pretty good, pretty thick. Not crazy like the Fortuna, the beautiful Fortuna that I just unboxed. Oops. You can see that the Fortuna's much thicker, but about the same height. In fact, there we go. Slightly smaller than the Fortuna. And let's see. Compare it to RWS. It's almost the same as RWS. It's actually a little... It's pretty much the same size as the RWS. And so... nobody is around for this right now. Alright, so some of these decks are... or some of these cards. Okay, we're going to turn on all messages for live chat, and I think we can, we can do a filter and kind of brighten it up, and I think we can turn on the flash, make it a little, there we go. Alright, I think we could do that, and let's see, we do this, nobody's here, so I guess it doesn't matter. Do some adjusting. I want to get that shadow off of the... well, I'm still going to have the shadow on the deck in that case. Alright. Just turn it like so and zoom it in a little bit. Okay. Some of the artwork are found in other decks, and some of the artwork is made specifically for this deck. I did do a really short live unboxing, and then I decided to back up and start again, where I read in the beginning of the guidebook. So if you want to hear that, you can go back and look at that. So I'm not going to reread that whole thing. This is card number 5, the Messenger, and it is also known as the Hierophant, and this was made by Christy C. Rode. So now if I look in the back at Christy C. Rode, then I'll see that she is a Cuban-American artist, writer, and musician. Through visual art, storytelling, punk rock music, C. Rode has strived to testify to the beauty of the imperfect since she began creating art in her hometown, Miami, Florida. She grew up as a self-taught figure drawing artist with a penchant for all things that question society. What I really want to know is... okay, so she released her first novel, Indestructible, in 2006, and she is the creator of the Next World Tarot. I wondered if that's what this was. It looks like the Next World Tarot, so this may be the Hierophant from the Next World Tarot deck. And it says the Messenger card portrays Genesit Gutierrez, an activist for transgender rights and immigrant protection. She is the founding member of La Familia Trans Queer Liberation Movement. The Messenger articulates 3 levels of consciousness: the physical plane, where you interact with the ideas, culture, language, and people who surround you; the astral plane, where transitional energies and the spirits of your ancestors reside; and the institutionalized plane, I've never heard of, where your hopes, fears, and values are prescribed by authority figures. Okay. The messenger asks you to question those foundations that are based on fear and submission. She asks you to run between physical and astral planes, questioning the roots of the situation and excavating the parts of it that keep you sound and allow you to breathe. The parts that rally your people and your connection with your community. The messenger asks you to lead by offering truth and evaluating the voices and elevating the voices of the unheard. So that's the messenger card. 7 of Cups, illustrated by Lisa Hunt. And Lisa Hunt. She's created 6 tarot decks, including Fantastical Creatures Tarot and Ghosts and Spirits Tarot, and 2 Oracle decks published by U.S. Game Systems. Her gallery can be viewed and prints purchased at lisahunt.com. Okay. 7 of Cups. So this is a traditional RWS style of a 7 of Cups. Card of choices, visions, illustrations, and daydreams. Let me see. I hope this painting inspires you to stay focused, allowing dreams to manifest themselves in productive ways. Okay. We have the Knight of Cups, illustrated by Stephen Bright. He's holding the coffee cup, and there is a letter, a bird delivering a letter. And this is a little bit less RWS, but we do have the water in the back. Is often seen as the suitor in the tarot deck. With his feet firmly set in the realm of emotions, he is empathic, tender, and passionate. He's a man who wears his heart on his sleeves and makes decisions based on how he feels. The swallow carries a love letter in its beak, symbolizes messages of romance and caring. Okay. The Knight of Cups can suggest travel over water, which is why I've chosen to portray him as a sailor in traditional tattoo design. Okay. Combining the masculinity associated with the knights and the femininity identified with the element of water, the card suggests someone who is both active and reflective. While driven by his heart, this young man is focused and has an eye on his future, fanciful or otherwise. And the subject of this portrait is my friend Jonathan Hamilt, the co-founder of Drag Queen Story Hour. And this is Stephen Bright. The creator of The Spirit Within Tarot and the author of Tarot, Your Personal Guide. Full-time tarot reader and co-founder and editor of The Esoterical, a magazine dedicated to all things divination. I did not know about that magazine, so that is pretty exciting. All right. What was I gonna say? Oh, already what I just wanted to say. This is my first collaborative deck, and I've been wanting a collaborative deck. I don't think I have a collaborative deck. Maybe I have one, but I don't think so. So it doesn't bother me because that's what I wanted. I like the differing art styles, and I like the way that this deck kind of helps to put a different perspective on the tarot cards in order to, because not so much for me personally that it's because of representation or whatever, as much as because I feel like we can learn more about tarot when we stretch outside of sort of the expected, I guess, and look at it through different lenses. So, um, so yeah, the ones I've looked at so far, I've already found to be like, okay, I see how it relates to what I already know about the night, and then it brings me further. So that's what I really actually look for in a new tarot deck. Here's the this is a sad card. So this is the Five of Pentacles. So we can assume that this young lady has come out to her parents in some way and that they've kicked her out. And now they're fighting. And maybe dad kicked her out and mom doesn't want her to leave. Or maybe they're fighting about whose fault it is that she turned out the way she did. Because maybe they both don't approve. Maybe dad approves and mom doesn't approve. Who knows? But they're fighting. And she's out in the cold. Five of Pentacles, illustration by Miriam E.G. I wish this was brighter, but it's the best I got. So I'm going to look up Miriam E.G. because I want to see what her deck is, or decks. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Oh, the kids are loud outside. All right. She likes to draw everyday scenes, etc., etc. It just says she's an artist. Artstation.com/NAIRIM. She's worked as an illustrator in the animation industry. So apparently she's doesn't have a tarot deck. Well, Effie, it's the Pride Tarot, so that's why. So I'll go see. Interestingly, because it was the 5 card was the first one, and now the 5 of Pentacles. These are out of order because I got them secondhand. So this says 5 of Pentacles is a card of financial loss and poverty. It also represents the feeling of being isolated and alone, rejected, or helpless. It could mean that you need to ask for help from the people who are there to support you. In this illustration, a girl is rejected by her family and is being kicked out of her home. This card reminds me of something that happened recently to a close friend of mine from a very conservative family who often voiced their homophobic views. Eventually, she came out of the closet and had to leave home. I told her that she could come to my house whenever she needed. I'm available for my friend through the good and the bad times. Don't be afraid to ask a friend for help or to offer help to someone in need. And of course, when you're reading it, you could also read it that she's leaving because of arguing, but it does look like that was the intention. As I said, I assumed that because of it being the Pride Tarot. I also have the Gay Tarot, which is really good. I really like it. I just don't use it very often, but I'm not sure exactly where it's at because I have a lot of tarots that are just stacked in different places. And this is a collaborative deck, and it's the first collaborative deck that I have, I believe. Don't think I have any other collaborative decks. Could be wrong, but I just don't think I do. Okay, some of this art is on pre-existing decks, and some of it was created for this deck. So some of it may look familiar. So here is the 7 of Pentacles, illustrated by Leonard Jim Narisco. I have not heard that name before. I don't know. Some of you may have. He has been creating tarot and tarot-related art since the 1990s. So another kind of cool thing about this book is that it has so much art information about different artists. Let's see. It's always been fascinating to him how each tarot deck can present a more or less set system of imagery and iconography in a great variety of ways. He has 2 decks published by US Game System, which is, this deck is US Game System, so those are the ones they're gonna highlight. They said in the beginning, I think, that like a lot of them were, US Games artists. So the Vanessa Tarot. Oh, I have that deck. And Tarot de Maria Celia, which I've never heard of, and a number of others that he has independently published under his indie press, Paramulin Studio. Interesting. So the Vanessa Tarot does not look like this. It is not in this style. I like this style better, honestly. This is really nice, really cool. I like it. It says it's usually associated with a period of resting after hard work. Awaiting the fruits of one's labor. It is a productive rest that allows the body to recuperate while waiting for one's affairs to germinate and begin to bear fruit. 7 of Pentacles is an interesting card because it's a card that I have seen a lot of various sort of explanations for what it means. It's not as unified as others, so it's always interesting to see how someone views the 7 of Pentacles. In this image, it is also about meditating about what one has done and what one might be able to accomplish in the future. The colors of the rainbow in the image also hint at diversity and choices about what path one might take after the resting period is over. The rainbow also symbolizes a bridge connecting the realm of humankind, the physical, and the realm of the gods, spiritual. The image depicts a bald, androgynous figure in a monastic robe sitting under a tree bearing 7 fruits, symbolizing 7 chakras, 7 colors of the rainbow, the path of 7 planets, and the 7th day of rest after creation. And yes, I didn't really notice they were bald because it almost looks like the tree roots look like hair, or the tree branches. I like that. So here's the 8 of Pentacles. That's a really cute little sort of modern take on it looks exactly like the traditional, and yet it looks different, right? And this is done by Rain Clark, who is a non-binary person with a BFA in illustration from Grand Valley State University. That's in Michigan. They are an illustrator, comic artist, witch, and podcast co-host. Their personal work focuses on fantasy. They live in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Fantasy, relationships, magic, and internalized monsters. Okay. So Rain also does not have a deck. Maybe someday. 9 of Pentacles. Illustrated by Ryan Edward. Ryan Edward is an artist from St. Louis, Missouri, where he plays in the crossroads of design and magic in his studio. He's the creator of Maybe Lenormand and Playing Marseille, both published by US Games. Oh, Effie, you said that's what I thought too, but I'm not sure. Oh, when you saw the 8 of Pentacles, maybe? Okay, so, whoops. 9 of Pentacles. Oh no, it's shaking. It's Tarot Quake. Represents the beginning of a creative endeavor and the diligent effort involved to advance that skill. Their previous work is hung on the wall and laid beneath them. Find this card reminding me of the increasingly fine line between hobby and job. Many marginalized creators find themselves increasingly relying on monetized hobbies to help them survive. This card's message is, if you sell your creative skills, ask for your worth, you have earned it. All right. Oh, that was the 7 of Pentacles. The 7. 7, 8. I don't think she used these a lot. They're like slightly rearranged. Nine of Pentacles. We have... Ooh, this one has a very short explanation. The Nine of Pentacles shows a person of refinement who has reached a stage when she can enjoy the finer things in life. She's independent and self-reliant. She's living her fullest life in her truest form. The spotlight is on her. No shade here. She may be the 9 of the suit, but she is 10, 10, 10s across the board. She is feeling her best self, serving abundance. Stand aside. This is hers. Yes. All right. And that artist is Ryan Edward. And Ryan Edward, I already said. Okay. Sorry. Ten of Pentacles, illustrated by Dr. Frankie Dolan. So, Dr. Frankie Dolan was bedridden for many years after a lifetime of living with an invisible neuroimmune disease. Took to meditation. So, with no formal art training, Frankie looked down at his hands and began to sculpt and paint these psychic impressions, all from his bed or even on the floor. From this, they created Fae Factory, a place where they showcase Dr. Frankie Dolan's spiritual and artistic gifts to help the world. Okay, so this is from Fae Factory, I guess. That's really very... It's a little difficult to see, but it's really pretty and magical, mystical, misty, you know? Ten of Pentacles. All right, we have the Page of Pentacles, illustrated by Rain Clark. And that was the same person who did this one. Oops. So we have the Page. Represents a diligent and courageous messenger in matters of communication or finance. I have drawn a portrait of a local LGBTQ plus elder in my community. That seems like a strange choice to draw an elder for Page, but Amanish is the fount of knowledge, Amanish Shakur, on a number of subjects and offers guidance to those who ask. I see elements of the Page in their actions and work, and I hope they give you the courage to do what's required to achieve the desired results. So they're not really working in terms of the youth aspect of the Page. They didn't even mention it. They talked about diligence and courage, communication and finance. Unafraid of the work required to study or practice. Very, very... See, that's what I said about it showing a different perspective. Because I was like, an elder? That's odd. But then I looked at the description and I'm like, okay. They chose not to highlight that particular aspect. And it kind of gets you out of that little rut of thinking of pages only as youth. Right, but not solely. Like, they don't have to be. So, like I said, they just decided to focus on some other aspects. I think it's really easy to lean on the youth, and I mean, I usually do. So I was like, what the heck? I'm like, okay, well, they decided to go more towards other qualities. So that's why, for me, that one of the reasons that a collaborative deck is so interesting, you know? Because you don't get one perspective, you get all these different perspectives. Ooh, the Queen of Pentacles, illustrated by Hannah Fofana. Yep, that's her name. Hannah Fofana. Graphic designer and illustrator with a lifelong passion for all things tarot. I strive for my first and hopefully not last deck. The Field Tarot. Okay, so this is the creator of the Field Tarot. To be diverse and inclusive, so I was thrilled with the opportunity to be part of the Pride Tarot. Okay. Alright, so this is the creator of the Field Tarot. I can see that in the style here. What's pointed out, it's a little different than the Field Tarot style, I think. I don't think this card is from that deck, but it might be. I'm not sure, but this is very. I like the colors. To me, it looks a lot more vibrant than it does through the camera, so I don't know why. So, Queen of Pentacles. Keywords: resourceful, grounded, motherly, home-centered, earthly, traditional. Yes. The Queen is shown in front of a bright golden circle representing material wealth, and the colorful floral clothing shows connection to nature and abundance. Both tender and confident at the same time, showing the dedicated balance that this archetype has truly mastered. And there's a little bit more, but I'm just going to kind of skip to the next card. Ooh, King of Pentacles, illustrated by Helena Nelson Reed. Really like this. Wow, you see the coins down here. You see the checkerboard. You see the star here. King of Pentacles. Okay. Oh, I want to see. Helena Nelson Reed is a visionary artist in Illinois. So she's born in Washington State, raised in California, and now lives in Illinois. Alright. Primary focus in exploring the collective consciousness and the portrait of archetypal imagery in the tradition of Carl Jung and Joseph Campbell. I can see that. Created the artwork for the Sacred Earth Oracle, and is currently working on a tarot deck. So if anyone knows the Sacred Earth Oracle, this is the artist for that. Five of Swords by Devin Helene Fairies. Heaven Deline Fairies. Is a black trans non-binary illustrator and writer from Detroit, based in Philadelphia. Okay. Doesn't have a deck. That's fine. So we see these two people are in the shadows, so that's very sort of interesting. Just their eyes. Ooh, the devil. Ooh. Ooh. This is like... I love this devil. This is Irene Lorenzi. I haven't really commented on specifically which cards I like or dislike, but I'll tell you. I am a person who I do not feel like I have to like... I don't really feel like I have to like the art of any of the cards in order to like a deck. It's value. The value can come from different things, but I definitely don't have to like every card. I have seen some people who feel like, oh no, like I really... The only deck that's had one card ruin it for me is the Lacey Bryant deck. And that was the Devil card, I believe. Which otherwise, I kind of pined for that deck, but now I have some other reasons that I won't go into. So Irene Lorenzi. Okay. But this particular deck, this card I really like, specifically quite a bit. So far, might be my favorite image. Okay, so we've got an Italian illustrator. There you go. Explains that. Graduated with a degree in fashion design. That's pretty cool. From the International Institute Palamida in Florence. Okay. She started working in fashion as a costume designer for movies, a job that allowed her to take part in making of films, music videos, commercials, and short movies, etc., etc. 2012, she decided to merge her previous job experiences with her love for drawing and created her own brand, Coffee and Bacon. Okay, so she collaborates as an illustrator and designer with publishing houses and various companies. And she also does not have a deck, but wow, she should. I like everything about this painting. I like the perspective. I like how he's monstrous, but there's kind of a sexy quality, a sexiness quality. I don't know, it's hard to explain. And powerful, like, you know. And then all of this stuff here is pretty cool. The way that they're intertwined. Looks like there's a lot to go into. Yeah, isn't that amazing? Let me see, what did they say about the Devil card? This is a very dimensional Devil card. It's oopsie, let's go. Devil. The devil stands out in the universe while a man and a woman cling to his horns. The man and the woman are bound to each other and also to the devil, right? With red ropes that also cover their eyes, from which they can no longer see. Oh, look at that. Choosing to remain in the darkness is a kind of ignorance. The devil can lead to luck or ruin and indicates strong attraction and intense sexuality. Yes, I mean, I feel like you get that from that. That can lead to salvation as well as destruction. In us lies a dark, abject side, fearful of the mysterious power of temptation. It is up to us to decide whether to free ourselves from the evil that stagnates in us or let ourselves be overwhelmed by it. We have two paths to take, one of good and the other of evil. It is up to us to decide which way to go. I don't really care for the good and evil aspect. That was surprisingly binary. Ooh. So, life, healing, sunlight, nature, serenity, spirit. Pride Tarot. And again, there's the backs. And now we're upside down. Okay. So now we've got the Ten of Swords. Ooh, I like this too. And this is the same artist. Yeah, I like her style. Wow. And if you look, there's little demons on the Ten of Swords. And this seems to be maybe her heart, but I'm not sure. That's her heart in there. And also in there. Look at how similar those are in there. What's the word I want? Construction isn't the word I want. Composition. Very similar composition. I feel like I can't talk. Sword. Ten of Swords. Ten of Wands. Ten of Swords. Ooh, I just saw the Eight of Swords. That's beautiful. Ten of Swords depicts sadness and loneliness. The person who's portrayed here is an androgynous being without gender who lives in inner conflict because of their identity, and for this reason lives a challenging life. The devils are Devils that open this person's chest represent their inner demons causing them heartache. Alright. And then there's some more stuff, but... Two of Pentacles by Martinique Fisher. Yes. These are the same artist. And I was saying they have similar composition in the paintings as well. We've got the heart and just the whole. They're very similar. Two of Pentacles. I would love to see a deck by that artist. Two of Pentacles. Oh no, I wanted to see who is Martinique Fisher. A B C D E F. Okay. Just an artist. My mediums of choice are oil and watercolor. Most of my work is depicting pagan stories and deities. Alright. No deck by this person either. Okay, Ten of Cups, illustrated by Robin Scott. Talking to your phone. Tarot spreads. There's a parade spread. That's cool. A rainbow spread. That's it. Well, I always talk to my phone. So my kid usually thinks I'm talking to him. And I'm just like, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to my phone. Robin Scott. Where are you? Robin Scott is not in this guidebook. Nope. At least not in alphabetical order. That's interesting. Okay. That's weird. Alright, well, we see the celebration of the Ten of Cups. We see the little child. We see the couple. And even their clothes are rainbowy. And there's the rainbow. And there's the pride parade behind them, obviously. King of Swords, illustrated by Sabina Espinette. This is an interesting style. Traditional religious iconography with pop culture. Okay. Sabina created the art for the mudras for awakening the energy body and mudras for awakening the 5 elements. Okay. I don't know who that's supposed to be. I don't know if it'll say. Okay. Sir Ian McKellen is the king because of his role of leadership in the LGBTQ community. An outspoken older gay man. That makes sense. And he played Gandalf, who also embodies the qualities of the King of Swords. There we go. Should have known it was Gandalf. Oh, bye, Effie. See you later. Huh. Ace of Wands by Karen Vogel. And then we have this lizard in the desert. On a wand. Very interesting. Karen Vogel. Is the co-creator of the Mother Peace Tarot deck. I knew that name. Okay. And the novel Coyote Tales. We have the Four of Wands. This is really pretty. By Noah Akita. A Japanese-American artist who currently resides in Montreal, Canada. I was determined to make my own deck one day featuring a world of my own creation. But no decks so far. This is really pretty, so keep at it for sure. Oh, now we have a black and white card. 5 of Wands, illustrated by Liz Blackbird. Artist and writer based in the Midwest, self-taught. Flint Institute of Arts in Michigan. Lots of Michigan here. Creator of the Heart and Hands Tarot. Her work is available at her Etsy shop. Alright. 5 of Wands. It looks like when I just first look at it, I kind of saw the Tower. And we have different hands here. So this is like protests, encounter protests. 7 of Wands, illustrated by Devin Halil Fairies. Okay, I read that. Description. Fairly Rider-Waite-Smith visuals. The 8 of Wands, this is really pretty. Gabby Angus West. I really like that. So I'm guessing that I know what deck this person did. But they're also not in the book. Okay, that's weird. Oh, Angus West. So it's an A. I was looking for the W. Oh. Who's the one I didn't find earlier? It's Blackbird. Maybe I looked at their last name wrong. No, I didn't. Okay. Anyway. Tarot Avatar, which is inspired by the life of Frida Kahlo. And this might be from that deck. I really want that deck. It's really pretty. 8 of Wands. Okay. 4 of Cups, illustrated by Robin Scott. That's who I looked up. They weren't there. Very strange. Okay, so we got the 4 of Cups. This is interesting. Got all this milk. I don't like it because it makes me think of, oops. I don't like the milk because it makes me think of A Clockwork Orange, and I'm not a fan, and I don't think I'm a fan of Kubrick for all that. Anyway, what was I gonna say? But I do like the style, the art style. I just don't like the milk. Joe Lee, 4 of Pentacles. Jolie. Editorial cartoon in the Bloomberg Herald Times for the last 17 years. He is the creator of Le Grand Circus and Sideshow Tarot. That I'm interested in checking out. Circus and Sideshow. I like that. This is not necessarily my aesthetic, but it's interesting, and I would be interested in seeing that. So, Age of Wands by Felix Dayan. A gay artist out of Mexico City who makes watercolors and drawings in a style distinctly reminiscent of 1920s children's books, Golden Era American comics, and Japanese Edo printmaking. Okay. No deck listed for him, but I really do like that. It does have that style of like old children's book. Like the book I'm thinking of is Treasure Island, maybe? That sort of style. There's these shells down here. This is page of wands, and there's, okay, because he's on the beach, the shells in the water gives a little bit of page of pentacles energy, but also he's holding a wand, and then you may see this interestingly shaped cloud here. Okay. Ooh, the tower, illustrated by Kat Black, and we know Kat Black. We do indeed know Kat Black. She's the creator of the Touchstone Tarot and the Golden Tarot. And she currently resides in Australia. Did not know that. The Tower. The Tower card represents destruction, but the destruction of a tradition that may have held you prisoner. Right. There can be pain and perhaps even rejection by loved ones when you come out or when you decide to live as your true self, but some castles deserve to crumble. Just gonna say it. Taylor Swift has a song called Castles Crumbling. The patriarchy will fall. You are strong enough to weather the storm. Art sources. Crown from an unknown artist. The Young Man is from Hamlet and His Mother. The Closet Scene by Richard Dadd. The Tower is from Italian Coast Scene and Ruined Tower by Thomas Cole. The Lightning Bolt is from The Shipwreck by Claude Joseph Vernet. And Fire and Sky are from Fire in a Dutch Village, Vanderpoel, Egbert Leeuwenhoek. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but this is photo collage, right? So these are all from various artworks. And we have the Five of Cups, illustrated by Stephen Bright. And we saw Stephen Bright earlier with the, I should be dividing these into like the ones I really like the best. Well, we did see Stephen Bright earlier. I know that we did. But now Stephen Bright has disappeared on me. Oh, here. Right, so we had the Knight of Cups and now we have the Five of Cups. And now we have Polly Faye. Look at that. The High Priestess by Polly Faye. So, I was going to say this looks like Paulina Cassidy's work, but Polly Faye apparently is Paulina Cassidy, aka Polly Faye. Creates her work using watercolors and pen and ink. She's the creator of the Paulina Tarot, Joie de Vivre Tarot, Spirit Song Tarot, Witchling deck, and Pickinson's deck. Paulina is also a songwriter and recording artist for Project Records and has produced 7 full-length albums to date. I wonder why she also uses the name Polly Faye. And when and how. Oh. Well, that just jumps out because it's so unusual. The Magician, illustrated by Felix Dayan. Okay, we looked up Felix Dayan already. The Magician. It's the first card. It's the first card, Ultraviolet. The magician of traditional tarot takes the form of a Nahual, a Mexican witch or sorcerer who has the ability to transform into an animal at will. Nahuals are a traditional part of Mexican belief in both indigenous and mestizo culture. They are gender fluid with the beard of a man, but with the hairstyle and earrings of a woman. They have the ability to transform not only into a beast, but to change their gender as well. They hold the 4 elements of the 4 suits: the wand, the cup, the pentacle, and the sword, for they have control over all the necessary elements to manifest their intention. They stand on a cliff overlooking a village, for they are between the heavens and the earth, and have access to both. They move through the world of the spirit and the world of men, and have found wisdom and knowledge. Okay, so I must admit. Oh, hi, Miss Moonlight. On a related note, I just got the Joyende. I cannot pronounce that. Okay. So I was a little confused because of when they were saying they. I thought they meant they were talking about they as in the Nahualis in general, like what was a Nahualis, but they are talking specifically about this Nahualis, whose pronouns are they, them. What's next? Knight of Swords, illustrated by Carolyn Haplin. I do like that one. Haplin. I gotta see what time it is. Again, I'm not seeing this person in the book. Weird. Apparently some people are not listed, and I don't understand. Oh, Genevieve. Autocorrect. Yeah, autocorrect is bad. 9 of Cups. This is interesting. And this is by NTZ. Let's see if they're listed. Okay, it says NTZ LOH. They're from Malaysia. They're a tattoo artist, graphic designer, creator of the queer goth apparel and art band Girl Spells, based in Toronto, Canada. So no deck for them. Ace of Pentacles, illustrated by Edmund Zebrowski. This is very pretty. Very, you know what I want to say. Very RWS with like the alternative coloring. So Edmund Zebrowski is an openly gay man who has been reading cards and working with healing energies for over 2 decades. Edmund is the creator of Pixie's Astounding Lenormand. Oh! I did not know that. That's interesting. The creator, but I don't know if they're the illustrator. That's weird. This is very soothing, honestly. Ooh, 8 of Swords by Liz Hurston. Entirely self-taught. Okay. She's the creator of the Dreamkeepers Tarot. This is just so pretty. She's way taller than the swords. We normally... And it makes it seem like there's clouds or angel wings behind her. So maybe she's an angel, because this does give the feeling like she's bigger than a normal human. So that just makes you kind of wonder. The Fool, illustrated by Sam Hunt. He is the creator of the Gay Tarot. I recognize his style. Pretty sure it's not listed in here, but okay. That's his style. Here's the Death card by Matt Hughes. This is really beautiful. The Death card is carrying... Oh, you have Pixies, Lenormand. What about the Dreamkeeper Tarot? Liz Hurston? Is that what you're saying? This is pretty. Matt Hughes. I lost my whole train of thought somehow. My eyes are going bad again, too. Creator of Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot deck. Really? This style is very different from the Illuminated Visions. So I liked that because it's a different style. Like I wouldn't have known, right, just from looking at it. I can kind of see now, maybe a little bit. But that's cool to see that he can kind of do some other things. Other types of styles. This is Temperance by Ryan Edward. Nice. And I do like the way that the whatever's being poured or drawn up is curvy. And that is Ryan Edward. He's the creator of Maybe Lenormand and Playing Marseille. I already looked him up. It must have been another card. Ooh. Hannah Fofana, the star. This is beautiful. I love it. That's it. I love it. I love that we have a frickin' merman for the star. Very unexpected, but I love it. Okay. Ooh, this is really pretty. By Sienna Summers. Page of Swords. Very, very nice. Okay. For a minute, I thought he didn't have any legs, but his legs are here. Sienna Summers. H I J K L M N O P Q R S. Okay. Well, this person doesn't seem to have a deck either. Each new painting is always a mystery to me because I love to experiment with different styles and techniques. I never know what's going to appear on my canvas. Well, this is really nice. And this is Sabina Espinette. And I looked her up already. So there's the Three of Swords shown. That's right. She must have done the Gandalf card. So we have the stained glass like a church window with the rainbow. That's interesting. Ooh, we got a little better light. My light just decided to kick in a little harder. Oh, Holly Sierra. And I have her deck. And this is the Empress. Holly Sierra is the creator of the Chrysalis Tarot. Which is a really fun fairy type of deck. Ooh. I love this because it's just a whole different style that you don't see. Christine Zilic, Knight of Swords. Oh, she's just like stopped to just rest her head. This reminds me of a scene in Supernatural when Dean's looking for Cass in Purgatory, which I think really probably fits the Nine of Swords pretty well. So this is Christine Zilic. She was born in Germany. She is the creator of the Zilic Tarot. Of course, I do not have that one, but I definitely want to look into it. I don't know if the style is the same as this, but I really like this. Nine of Swords. What's Nine of Swords? I was thinking it was Nine of Wands, where we have like the wounded warrior with, you know, like just a little further to go. But it's not. It's the Nine of Swords. It was definitely giving me Nine of Wands. I really liked it as Nine of Wands. Darn it. Oh well. Fear has many faces. Existential fears, anguish, fear of loss. Events that have burrowed down into our soul can trigger fears. The effect on the body and mind can have devastating consequences. This state is often accompanied by doubt, despair, and insomnia. In my vision, I have again used images of nature to suggest emotions. In the dark forest scene, 9 dead tree stumps create an eerie light mood. A woman is leaning against one of these trees wearing a nightgown and holding a light blanket. Sleepless and plagued by worry, she appears like a ghost, sleepwalking in this desolate forest. I was feeling like maybe since she was ghost-like, she wasn't really here, that this was her dream, that she like sort of dreamt that she was in this forest. The fear has gripped her so strongly that she seems to dissolve. This confrontation with fear enables the release of negative energies. I deliberately chose this card because I am very involved with fear and panic in my work with horses. Super interesting. Like, I want to Google that and look up more information about Christine Zilic's work with fear and horses. That could be very enlightening. All right. Carolyn Haplin. Oh, Kaplan. Maybe that's why I didn't find her, because I thought it was an H and it's a K. Alright, so now it is my turn to say I don't really love this font. It's not the easiest to read. Carolyn Kaplan draws inspiration from Bernie Wrightson and Frank Frazetta, masters of art of illustration on which she was brought up. And she's an artist. But she doesn't have a tarot deck. Six of Wands, illustrated by Mumi Swan. This is very cute. It's very colorful and exciting, and it's not exactly my aesthetic either, but it's it really fits the card very well. And Mumi Swan is an illustrator from Bristol, UK, and she's working on creating her own deck, the Sapphic Magic Tarot. So, I don't know if that's out yet, if it's been completed, or if she's still working on that. Two Wands, illustrated by Emily Belavet. This is really pretty. I love this. I love everything about that. see. She has another card in this deck, and she's the creator of Mystic Sisters Oracle deck. Okay, well, I want to see that because yeah, very interested in that. Queen of Swords. This is beautiful. This also makes me think of Supernatural. Marco Proieto. Michael Proieto? Marco. And he was born in Rome, Italy, and he went to art school in Rome. He is the creator of Bianco Nero Tarot. All right. Ooh. This is stunning. Knight of Pentacles by Stanley Morrison. It goes soon. I'm hungry. Recently published Field Guide to Garden Dragons. Self-taught professional artist. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. Love it. Judgment, illustrated by Shira Silver. That's an interesting depiction. She is an 18-year-old lesbian artist and Etsy shop owner. Oh, she's young. With my art, I try to encapsulate a psychedelic 70s wonderland. That's cool. While also depicting messages of empowerment for women in the LGBTQ plus community. If you're interested, check out my Etsy, Disco Jelly Designs. 10% of all profits from my shop are donated to Planned Parenthood, so buy some art while supporting a good cause. That's really cool. Ooh. Very cool. Six of Cups. I love it. Love it. Illustrated by Leonard Jim Narcisco. I think I already looked him up. But I'm not sure. Yeah, the Vanessa Tarot and the Tarot de Maria Cilia. Now that I think about it, this does look like the Marias. I think I might have seen that one. And this might be in that deck, or that deck might be in this style, but this, I love it. It is great for the Six of Cups. Two of Cups. Really nice. No, Akita. Did I already... Miss Moonlight, are you still hanging in there? Okay, I don't see no Akita. Oh, they're there. Yeah, right, Japanese American, lives in Canada. Determined to make their own deck someday. The Sun. This is on the cover. It's on the box. And this is Isabel Mays or Hayes. Hayes. Again, not a fan of the font. And no deck listed for her. This is so beautiful. She really should have a deck. Page of Cups. This is funny. It just looks like... The fish looks like it's just puking on the cat. Teresa Hutch. At least it makes you giggle, right? she created the White Sage Tarot and Land Sky Oracle. Okay, I know those. I have heard of those. This is Sarah Silver, and this is the Six of Pentacles with the drag queens. I threw it so I said I was gonna do a quick flip through, and you see how that has gone. Oh, Shira Silver. Okay, I read her. She's the 18-year-old. Very impressive young lady. King of Cups. This, I love this too. This is very cool. Katrim Wells Stem. The Oracle of Mystical Moments. One moment. And then she decided to make a tarot deck. Okay, so we got that tarot deck. This is actually one of my favorite ones. Very dreamy. Very dreamy style of it. She just got into it recently, and the first deck, her first deck, she came over and she was noticed my tarot decks, and she asked me about them, and so her very first ever deck was the Waterfall Tarot, because Chio had sent me like 2 or 3 extras, so I gave her one of my extra ones. So I love this King of Cups. Now that I know there's also an Oracle of Mystical Moments, I'm going to need that too. Ace of Swords by Edmund Zebrowski. I think I read his thing. I love the coloring on this. It's very old school tarot. Yes, the creator of the Pixies Astounding Lenormand. Right. I said that probably said something similar. That this reminds me of some of the old school tarot decks. Ooh, we know Patrick Valenza, 2 of Swords, and this is from the right out of the deck. The Deviant Moon Tarot, of course. He also is the creator of a number of Oracle decks, including Royal Mischief playing cards and Deviant Moon Tarot deck. And the Deviant Moon Tarot book, which I should get, because I forgot there's a large book for it that goes into really detail. I heard good things, but I forgot about it a long time ago. I wonder, I'm not going to go check, but I wonder if the description, if he wrote a new description, or if he just used the one that was in the book. I'm not going to read that because my throat hurts. The only way to reconcile the two sides is by being honest and accepting of your true feelings. All right. Eight of Cups by Gneidman. Okay, come on. B, C, D, E, F, G. My name is Evgeny. Okay, I can't even try. Someone from Russia chose the Eight of Cups. Alright, and I think they're just, not just, but they're an artist, but they don't have a deck. Still waiting for you to do full deck collection video. Holy cow. I don't even know. That sounds overwhelming. Just thinking about that's wearing me out. Chrissy C. Road, The World. I'll think about it. I guess it'll probably get people to watch, right? Cuban American artist. Creator of the Next World Tarot. Okay, I did read hers. Alright, I thought so, just because it looks similar to what I've seen in the Next World Tarot. I thought about getting the Next World mini deck or whatever, because it was, the Next World was pretty expensive and the smaller one was a little more affordable. Queen of Wands. This is fierce. Very fierce. Steve Hutton. That's true. It's fun to see a whole bunch of decks all at once. Illustrated my own series of fantasy novels, Dark Raven Chronicles. That's very interesting. Creator of the Raven's Wand Oracle. Well, let's look at that. Let's all look that up, right? Yeah. I like it. Alright. Here's the King of Wands by Marco Pruetto. I feel like I already looked him up, but I'm not sure. J.K. Elemental P. You all came here to hear me recite the alphabet. Born in Rome, Italy. Yes. Creator of the Bianco Nero Tarot, which white and black tarot. Look at this. Paulina Cassidy, aka Polly Faye. Ace of Cups. Very pretty. So pretty. I'm just gonna leave it there for just give you a second to look. Got nothing else to say. So pretty. Okay. Ooh, Holly Sierra, and she's the I already looked her up, but she made the deck I have. I can't think of what it's called now. I mentioned it earlier in the stream. This is Three of Cups. Nine of Wands. This is good. This is good. Like, that's giving me Nine of Wands for sure. Strength. Wow, that's really pretty. Stanley Morrison. So pretty. I really love it. Recently published Field Guide to Garden Dragons. That's probably worth checking out. Ooh, Christine Zilich has done this. This is The Hermit. Really interesting. And we got The Wheel of Fortune by Liz Blackbird. Lots of things happening. Very cool. Things are shown at the top of the wheel. Things are shown at the bottom. Broken bottles. Buildings on fire. Very cool. Ooh, Seven of Swords. Illustrated by Callie French. She's the artist of the Rana George Lenormand deck. And currently I work on a tarot when this deck was made. So she may have a deck now that I don't know about. Ooh, I like this style too. Dr. Frankie Dolan. I really like this style. This is the Ten of Wands. Ooh. Queen of Cups by Christy C. Rode. Love it. I love it. I love it. It's giving me Pippi Longstocking. It's giving me Pippi Longstocking. And I love it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Anita in something. Inverarity is a full-time artist living and working in Scotland. My knight is an advocate of that and a reminder to push forward with this as a goal and not to be complacent. Very cool. Moomy Swan, Four of Swords. Nice. Hanged Man, illustrated by Joe Lee. And we did look that up already. Got an egg and an apple. That's very interesting. Three of Pentacles, illustrated by Joanna Powell Colbert. And I believe she is the maker of the Earthcrafters Tarot and the Gaian Tarot. Exactly. Oh, I love this. Cat Black. Very beautiful. Six of Swords. Got noisy chair.
Actually, I just want the whole orange one.
Don't want me to break it?
No.
My tea needs to be warmed up.
And I decided not to.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to get it filled up.
Okay, it's fine.
Why did I open it?
Okay, we're almost done. The Moon by Emily Balavets. This is really pretty too. I love this. Very storybooky. My paintings explore the mystical feminine elements and ancient goddess mythologies from around the world. Love it. She's the creator of Mystic Sisters Oracle deck. I think I might want to check that out. Who was the last card by? This one? This one is Cat Black. I just looked up, so I'm not sure if that's the one you meant. Cat Black is the creator of the Golden Tarot and the Touchstone Tarot, and this is classic art, several classic artworks that are like photo manipulated. I don't know if that is in one of her decks, but it would be either the Golden Tarot or the Touchstone Tarot. But let me see what it says on Six of Swords, because it also will tell me that our sources, Ophelia by Sir John Everett Millais, On the Thames by James Tissot. So, The Captive by Sir John Millais. The Baby, is a baby in there? Comes from Lord Thy Will Be Done by Caldron Philip Hermogenes. The Brass Pot comes from a painting by John William Waterhouse. The swords come from a prop for a King Arthur play. Okay. It's very likely the Golden Chair. Well, it's probably either the Golden or the Touchstone. This is the guidebook. It's all English. So we've got the cards, and then in the back we've got some spreads. There's like 2 spreads, and then we've got this whole section about the artists and where you can find their art, and that's it. It's decent, pretty decent guidebook, I'd say. Oh, the moon, really pretty, and we saw her just a few minutes ago. It says she does the Divine Feminine, so this looks like a Norse goddess. Just really, 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 really pretty. I paid $5. So yes. She turned a profit because I think she paid $2 for this at a garage sale. And she decided she didn't want it, so. 3 of Wands. Illustrated by Jeremy Hush. I'm going to go on a limb and say creator of the Hush Tarot. Way out there on that limb. Same, obviously, it's him. But I'm going to look him up to see if he has any other decks or if he's even listed. I don't see him. Okay, cool. I guess they decided not to list him. But that's a gorgeous deck for sure. Don't have it, do want it. Okay, The Lovers by Robin Scott. I already looked up Robin Scott. Army of Lovers, cannot lose. The Chariot, looking very RWS. With the Oasis behind them. That's interesting. Callie French. Yeah, we looked her up earlier because a lot of people sent in at least 2. And then this is Justice by Katrin Wells Stein, which again is the mystical moments. So that is the deck, and that is a really cool looking Justice card. Let me see. My favorites, I think. What the heck? And some of them, basically, these are my favorites artistically. Some of them really are good, like, they're good cards, and they work really well. But this is so stunning. This is stunning. I really like that sort of art style. undecided on that black and white. I wouldn't say it's a favorite. I don't even think the Hermit's a favorite. That's a favorite. Oops, sorry. This one is so powerful. I just adore it. That one's alright. This one is really pretty and does not show up that well on the phone. I really like this King of Wands. I really love this Queen of Wands. Also very powerful, very powerful. This one's pretty cool. I'm not sure if it's a favorite, but I'll put it down. Just 'cause I was sort of undecided. I really like this. I really love this one. That's beautiful. I love that. Triple love that. This is probably my favorite black and white in the deck. Oh my gosh. This one, I need to find the deck she did because that's incredible. My favorites, honestly, are not the cartoony ones. They're okay, but they're just not. They're not in the favorites. This Nine of Swords. I didn't even favorite the other one by her. This Empress, I think, even though it is a little cartoony, but really cool with all the world stuff happening in there. This one is really nice. Doesn't quite make it for me. This one does. This one's super stunning. I really love the art style on this one. I absolutely love this death. That's okay. This is alright, but I do really love the sky. That is amazing. Again, I love this style of his. This is maybe. I really can't decide. This one's pretty stunning, but I'm gonna put it in the no, not favorite. This one, I just really love this. Polina. I love the crashing cups and the waves. And the tattoo art style. This one is really nice. This one I really love. This one I would be interested in seeing a whole deck in that style. This one is really, I really like it. I guess I like the really more artsy ones. This one is nice, but I would not put it in my favorites. It's... This one I really love. This one I really love. This one I super love. This one I also super love. Really like this one, even though I don't... it's not really my aesthetic, but I really do like it. I like this a lot. This, I really love this. This one. I really like the art style of this. This is, no, not my favorite, but there's something cool about it. I like this is a yes and a no. So I'm gonna put these over here. Cat Black, I just love Cat Black. And this one doesn't quite make it, but it's fun, right? It's fun. So if I'm really going down to like absolute favorites, I'm gonna pick the Devil. I'm gonna pick this one. This one. Feel really undecided on the Magician. This one. 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 It's really hard, but I'm just like, I love this sort of James Dean vibe of this. This one, this one, this one, this, my goodness. And this one. And maybe this one. Wow. So even just narrowing it down to like the really fabulous ones. Wow. There was quite a few really incredible cards. That's a lot. There's a lot of just really incredible cards. Oops. So I would definitely say this was a win of a deck. Ooh. And I feel like working with it will be really interesting. There were also a lot of decks over here in the not favorite pile, but there weren't. I didn't like sort them into like not favorite and dislike. I would say there's not too many that I really actively disliked. This one I kind of hated when I first saw it, but now it's funny. It makes me laugh. I guess he's like beaming a message into his brain, but it looks like he's just puking on his face. You know, this is really cool in a very kitschy way. Kind of even makes me think of like Golden Girls. Okay, so I guess we're gonna go now. I could go ahead and draw one card. Message. What's our message for the collective for today, tomorrow, next few days? 8 of Cups. Sometimes you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. 8 of Cups. This 8 of Cups shows a man striding up the stairs with his fist clenched. He appears resolute. Below him on the ground stand 8 cups. On the left, the sky is dark and cloudy, and the moon is watching from behind the clouds. Ooh, look at that little mean moon. The man is walking away from that gloom. From the upper right corner, the rays of light are brightening the sky. This card suggests that your life experience can be influenced by a particular moment. What is driving this man away? It may be defeat or disappointment. He's found the cups, but they turn out to be not what he wanted. Or on the contrary, the man may be feeling not disappointed, but determination. Perhaps in finding the cups, he discovered that the goal was not right for him. He discovered his priorities and values and became inspired to start on a new path. I prefer this empowering interpretation of the Eight of Cups. Yay! Me too. All right. Thank you. Tarot friends, be sure to like this video and subscribe and hit the bell. Until next time, be well.